We have been live for 5 seconds now, and that was an awkward, abrupt start to stream. But hey, we did it. And
Okay.
so Kamui, you can now officially see what the title and thumbnail are. You can see which one I chose of the list that I gave you.
I can't see it yet because I'm not in front of it, but I will soon be able to officially see it.
Well, okay, that's fair enough. I don't know why I just pulled
it
up
up.
when
It
I
was
already
fair, honestly. I was a little bit worried you'd think it was unfair, but I'm glad that we were able to compromise.
Oh, okay. Let's see, pop out chat.
All right, I'm putting this fan on.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. So, have you?
All right, now let me look at it.
Okay. Waiting. As soon as you see
yeah.
it. Hey, what do you think? Yeah. Reading chat to prove catching up on last stream's chat. I feel like title and thumbnail work pretty well together.
Yeah, we can do this.
All right.
Now we just need So wait, are we going to only look at yesterday's chat?
I think that's the funniest thing to do, because especially because the title is reading chat to prove we can. If we just never acknowledge even a single chat message from this stream, that's the funniest way we can go about it. Especially if next stream we once again only acknowledge the previous stream's stream. But I feel like at that point, the stream after that, the joke would have died and we would just miss one full stream worth of comments, but that's okay. I'm willing to compromise.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. So that said, I don't know, because you said, oh, I'll be good till 3 a.m. or whatever. Did you not want to stream for just an hour? What's up, inactive user?
Yo, what's
an
good,
hour's
bro?
fine. No, I was just saying that would be
the
latest.
Hold on. My bad. Oh yeah, y'all live right now?
Yeah.
Oh snap. Oh, hey, bro. Y'all need to start cutting y'all podcasts down, bro. I cannot watch 5 hours of y'all yapping.
Yeah. No, I got it pulled up on my other window. One of these. This one. It's here. Yeah, see this one? It's already under 2 hours, and I'm still gonna cut it down. Oh, you can't see my screen. Well, if you wait 15 seconds, you'll see it on stream. But for those watching stream, if you wait 15 seconds, well, you already have the delay applied to you, so 15 seconds from then would be about now, which is not... Well, actually, you're still seeing it, so I guess either way it works. So there you go for everyone involved. See, I'm inclusive.
Yeah, because I be trying to watch y'all stuff, and I'll be like, man, y'all got 5 hours of content, gang. I don't want to be rude and skip through all of it. I be trying to watch at least an hour, but god damn it. Somebody got to tell y'all, bro.
Here, how do I at Swifty? Oh, there you go. Now you can't be mad, lol. That's close enough. Yeah, so Cam agrees with you. So there you go. Oh, he left. Okay, well, I guess that's all he had to say.
It is funny. Cam uses some of our streams as background noise.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I feel like I do that, but not back, like just actively when I cut them up. I challenge you. Oh wait, I can't read. Oh God, get out of your chat. Sorry, Daigo, I'm not allowed to read that chat. If you go back to 2 minutes ago, we explain why.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Okay. So, do you remember...
Daigo Knight, we need you to, well, we're not reading your message when I say this. We need you to leave a chat message on yesterday's stream. Then we can read it.
Yeah. Okay. No, this is great. Anyone who wants to leave a live chat, you are required to leave a comment on yesterday's live stream. That's the only way we will read it out.
Yes, I will read the Oodie will do the live chat. I'll look at I have the stream pulled up because I was listening to it earlier, so I can see comments. So just leave a comment on the Boruto 2 Vortex Chapter 11 Makes No Sense stream. Just leave a comment and we'll read that as your chat.
Okay, I have to pin that as a message for new people that come in.
Might this be like our most genius marketing strategy? Let's find out.
Hacking the YouTube algorithm.
We just have like 100 comments.
The only way to have your live chat read.
I'll link it
tonight. Okay, sure. Is to leave a comment on the previous stream. Stupid. There we go. All right.
This is genius, bro.
I love it.
Why didn't we think of this sooner?
Okay. Here, I need to also just combine our two comments so that it's all one comment. So I'm gonna copy it on my computer, so it's all one, and then I'm gonna copy it on my phone. I think. How do I? Can I? I'll figure this out. Hang on, I'm working on this. There we go, and now I'll copy the link. I think copy link address. There. All right, I got it. Yeah, is that too long of a? Oh my God, it's too long of a comment. We have that. Well, never mind. Hopefully people scroll up when they join chat.
I'll pin. Oh, you have to do it. Pin the link.
So do we not want the comment that I pinned is me?
Oh no, yeah, okay. I'll just keep repasting it.
Sure, okay, that works. Okay, that's hilarious. All right. With that said,
that'll get the chat engagement up too. Repeating the message.
Yes. Okay. I am so unprepared for. Okay, I'll turn my light off. I'm gonna lay down. Hopefully my audio and everything isn't gonna get messed up when I do all this. Okay, I'm in my proper streaming setup around now. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Kamui.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure I can hear. So, let's read yesterday's chat. Again, from the live stream of, I can't see the title.
Yes, yesterday's live chat.
Let me update this stupid
Specific
nonsense.
Or yesterday's comments.
We'll
but nothing from today.
We'll
Unless
start
it's
with
on
live
yesterday's
chat.
stream.
We'll move on to comments after.
Okay.
Yeah. Should we read
everybody
all of the
watching,
comments
leave
on yesterday's live? Because people have already left comments from like earlier today.
Well, I already know which ones are the old comments because
Okay.
I've looked at it now. So.
Fair enough. Okay. So these are.
But it's funny that one of them is gotta go live again. Our other questions never got answered.
Yeah, yeah.
Funny he says that.
Which is perfect. Yeah, and I responded to that. It's the exact reason I'm doing this.
Can you share your Discord screen so I can see the things live?
How unprepared can I possibly be? Okay. I know you're Swifty. Crazy.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna look at chat. You're probably saying some vulgar stuff in there. Okay. Shout out Suave AI. Where do we leave off? Hello, like the lightning cloud.
I don't know.
I feel like we didn't say that
we only
yesterday.
read like 2 of the messages.
Yeah. Exactly, it was only one chapter. Samsung chapter was more of a plot development. Himawari, it's a monthly manga, bro. Like we read that, not just laughing, but laughing maniacally. I miss Revolutionary Sasuke. That was a good time in the manga when Sasuke had Revolution. I wrote a video about that just like the other day. Sasuke's Revolution. Well, I included it in a video, I should say. Kamui, do you have any plans to cover Sasuke's Revolution? Oh, I don't remember. I just remember writing it.
Yeah, I plan to cover like everything in Naruto just because that's not what I've started writing, but like I plan to cover it.
So for record, for the record, I was gonna say for reference, and then it came out as for record. So for the record and for reference, for everyone watching, yesterday after stream, Kamui meticulously one by one counted not all the videos he has planned, but all the videos he has planned for immediately. like short term, like
so
as soon as
no,
possible.
And then I counted the ones there for later on too. It happened to be 32 for both. So I have started 32 videos that are supposed to be like in the near future, in 32 other videos that are just for whenever.
Crazy. I probably have something similar, except I haven't started any of them, and it's probably like 300 different videos rather than 64.
Yeah. They're just the name of the video.
Most of them are scripted
I
out.
started writing a decent amount for these. I was like, bro, why do I
most
do
of these, honestly, if they're not 90% done, just like how you stay at 90% for 2 years, then they're just like straight up, they've been done for years, some of the scripts. I just have to go back and like double check to make sure they're good, because it's been a couple years since I wrote them, but yeah.
Yeah, mine are all like, it's like, you know, like they get up to 90% before I stop and switch to it now.
Yeah.
The Mitsuki rewrites, probably the biggest, like, the Mitsuki rewrite, Mobushiki's abilities explained, why Mobushiki doesn't use his abilities as Borushiki, and the Chakras explains are probably the most ridiculous examples of that, to where I was like, bro, I literally was basically done before I switched over. It's
Bro.
like, I hate myself.
The Mitsuki rewrites, the one I was the most hyped for as well, except I probably knew like 60% of the video going into it.
Yeah. I hate to say that it's almost like I don't really feel like it's like ruined. I do need to change the intro probably, now that I'm doing it like 3 chapters after the fight. Because I'm not gonna bullshit and say that the fight we got in the rematch was great anymore. I was gonna say that the build up to it was like, oh, this is great, but no, it's not anymore. But the rewrite part's fine.
Okay. Wow.
Anyway.
Next comment. Look at the cover. I feel like I got this yesterday once with Sarada and whatnot. There's quite obviously. Yeah, okay, we read that. I love that idea way more. For me, it looked goofy. I'm gonna pull the chapter up. It looked like, because it was off screen.
It does look goofy. The way his hand is in his pocket, but that's how you know that's the hand he's doing it with. Because the other hand's just dangling.
No. Well, that's not what I was gonna get at. Can you just link me the chapter? This is annoying.
Yeah, I'll just take a screenshot of the whole page.
That'll work.
Well, I mean, I can link you the chapter too.
Yeah, that works. Just link the spoilers.
This is Biz, though. Do you want the other one?
No, I don't want Biz. Give me my spoilers. I need my spoilers. It doesn't work otherwise.
That's right. I haven't read it because we were gonna read it on stream. Are you still doing that?
Okay, I got it. Oh, that's Viz. Okay, it's right here. Okay, I got it. I got it. I don't know where exactly it is. Probably gonna be down here-ish. No, it's gonna be way here.
Page 27.
Okay, so I'm sharing my screen so we can see exactly what's happening here. So here he's like crouched down because he comes out of the claw mark. He's like fully like sitting down basically. Comes out of the claw mark.
Real quick. Just scroll for a second.
Scroll up.
Just keep scrolling for a second.
Okay.
Just keep going up for a second.
Yeah.
I found it very. Now we can still slowly go down. I found it very goofy what Hidari does here. So just scroll down a little bit, just so we can like examine the panel. So first he goes into a claw mark under, and then he just comes out of another one. Why did he do that?
Oh yeah. Well, you know, this was funny. Mello said, it might have been Mello. It might have been someone else. Someone said that they don't passively heal. Their way of healing, they have to go into the claw mark, then come out, and they're instantly healed.
Well, that's what it seems like based off what he did. But
no, I
like,
disagree.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, I think it was just his way of getting back on his feet and just like maybe getting distance or whatever. Like I can understand it.
It was just very goofy the way he just like did that.
It's not by necessity. It's just why not just do it. Yeah, I think it works. It's fine.
It doesn't really make sense why he would have to go through the claw marks to do. Like that's not an ability of the claw marks, and the Tento should just be able to heal normally.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially after what Jura said in this chapter. Like,
You know what this reminds me of, though? This is going to be the goofiest callback of all time. There's no way you're going to see this, but this, for some reason, just looks to me like Naruto vs. Sasuke Part 1, Final Valley.
With Naruto gets out of the water?
Yes! Yes, bro! Sasuke punches him in the water, he floats back up, he's like trying to stand up on the water.
Yes! Yeah, I do it.
That's so great, I love it. It's so funny.
I bet you're happy that I thought of it too. Yeah, you're probably not gonna get it. Oh, really? Anyway, but then he just comes out. It's like, why did he do that?
So he's basically sitting here.
Up, bro.
And he's slightly squatting. He slightly squats even more, so he's more standing here. You could even argue he is standing here. He's just very hunched over. Depends on how bent you think this knee is, I guess. It's a little hard to tell with that angle. But either way, here it looks like he's standing as well, just hunched over. And here his hand's through. Okay. Again, it's off screen. I wasn't even thinking about the pocket because I had it's not that I forgot, but like I just wasn't considering that like he was using his own clothes. I thought it was the claw mark on the ground and that he was like goofily like leaning down to like put it
that
through.
Would be so obvious, though, I feel like.
Okay, actually we can tell because this is his left hand. Which hand is this? This is his left hand. Okay, so it is this hand.
On the right.
Okay, I like that way better. Because I think you can at least understand where I was coming from, not considering this. Considering he was just using the claw marks, and he's still standing over the claw marks.
Is off panel.
Exactly, like yeah, that's why I was looking at, because like that's weird. Like, it's almost like this is where it would connect here. Almost like it's perfectly meant to be like artistically drawn in this way. Yeah. Okay, I'm glad that's at least understandable, but no, that is his left hand. That's his left hand here. But I like this better because this is exactly how I wanted them to use the claw marks.
Exactly. It's such a sly way of doing it. It's literally like the art of a shinobi disguising the move you're doing. Yes. Deception. Like, that's what he's doing. It just looks like he's casually putting his hand in his pocket like he literally does all the time. And now that puts you in perspective. Whenever Hidari or even Jura just have their hands in their pockets, well, in Jura's case, I think his claw mark doesn't get on his pants, so probably won't apply. But like with Hidari, though, his pockets are claw marks, so he can just at any time be doing this.
Well, let's look at Jura.
You never know.
I'm sure it does it not?
Because I think Jura's pants are just normal pants.
No, you see the claw marks on his pants right here.
Yeah, but see, it's tricky because they're so ripped and raggedy that I don't know. It's hard to imagine.
Okay, but his hair horn doesn't make sense either.
His hair, so I don't know anymore.
Exactly.
But yeah, in theory, I guess Jura might be able to do the same. Matsuri probably too. Her whole legs are like that. Bug, I don't even know if he has pockets, but like,
yeah.
But
let's move on to something else that I've been meaning to discuss for a while. So let's look at what's currently happened. Boruto took Himawari away from Jura. Jura is here outside of the village. Kawaki and Delta are right around the corner, literally within eye shot. Boruto teleports back to Konoha, where Hidari is, saves Sarada. Himawari and Sarada are kind of out of the picture. They can't really fight. Maybe they will in the future, who knows. But Boruto's right there next to Hidari. Boruto and Hidari are also lower on chakra, same with Jura at this point. They've all been fighting. They are where they are. Are any of them going to move locations, and who's going to fight who and why? What do you predict?
I mean,
so let's just start with Jura. Well, no, let's start with Boruto. First question, is Boruto going to stay to fight Hidari, or is he just going to take Sarada and immediately teleport away? Either way would be in character, because he's immediately teleported away from Kawaki, but then again, Kashin Koji told him to immediately teleport away, and he stayed to fight Hidari.
Yeah, exactly. So what I was going to say is, I think Kashin Koji will tell him to teleport away, to get out of there. I don't think Kashin Koji's going to tell him to stay in the village or to fight the Shinju, because before, it was kind of like, hey, you need to leave. We're not giving up, but like, it seems like Koji probably wants to have a better plan of attack. If it was one-on-one, maybe, especially with the help of some other people as backup. But with 2-on-1, especially with Jura being one of the ones, I feel like Koji is going to recommend that Boruto leave.
Well, we will get to that.
Boruto already made the mistake of staying and apologized, explaining, like, sorry, I got emotional, blah, blah, blah. I feel like Boruto should learn his lesson.
I agree.
Like, if he doesn't, then I want there to be a repercussion. I want there to be a thing that happens because Boruto stayed that is bad.
Yeah.
Whether it's as goofy as Kashin Koji cuts ties with them, I doubt that will happen. But like, even if it's goofy, but there needs to be a price for him staying. That's
Boruto broke his bond with Kashin Koji. He severed the bond.
Like, that's the goofiest one. Yeah. But like, there needs to be a consequence to Boruto staying. If he just leaves, I think that's fine as far as Boruto's character goes. But then the thing is, okay, well, what happens next? Because another problem, though, is if Boruto just leaves, technically he is just leaving with the Shinju in the village.
Exactly, yeah.
Without getting them to leave.
Yeah. That's
Unless
another
he's
question.
Gonna, like, teleport them away to the hideout and then come back to fight them.
Well, that's another possibility as well.
Koji.
Because if he removes the targets and stays to fight Hidari, first of all, is Hidari and Jura, will they even stay in the village to continue fighting Boruto or Kawaki? Or will they just go to wherever Boruto stashed them?
Yeah.
I don't know if they will stay to chaotically rumble with everyone who's still there. They might.
Yeah,
like, even if Boruto doesn't return, if Boruto just teleported all three of them away and doesn't return, they might just stay in the village and cause more havoc. Just cause.
Exactly. And like, regardless of what we think Jura and Hidari will do, because we have more information, from Boruto's perspective, he should not be risking that.
Yeah. And even if Hidari and Jura didn't want to stay in the village, it's almost counterintuitive that the village is going to fight in a way which is going to keep them in the village. Like Konohamaru, he's not just going to let Hidari go if he has the chance. I don't think. I think he would pull Hidari out of the claw mark to keep him in the village to try and kill him. As ridiculous as it sounds.
I mean, it's tricky because they might say, like, do one of those things like Kurama said to Naruto, like, hey, you don't stand a chance, let him go. Or Shikamaru, like, hey, we gotta minimize casualties. So they might have some people, Shikamaru might say, let him go. We can't stop him right now. But I'm just thinking from Boruto's perspective, I feel like Kashin Koji would be the one to say, you need to leave. You need to not go back.
I feel like
because the world.
I feel like
Boruto would be like, I need to stay because the village.
I feel like he's only going to say that if Jura pops up. I feel like one-on-one, he might not say anything. And I don't say he's going to encourage Boruto to fight Hidari, but I guess it depends on how emotional Boruto gets, or if Boruto's karma starts activating from low chakra, or anything like that. I guess it depends how the fight would go, hypothetically, if the fight even begins. I mean, based on the final page, it seems like that's where they're hinting at the fight, or the direction going anyways, Boruto versus Hidari. But so, moving on away from Boruto and Hidari, we'll just assume okay, whatever.
If they're going to fight, it's got to start with Hidari just because of practicality. That's where Boruto is. I think it would be very goofy to start with Jura also because Jura is the bigger bad. So, like, it should start with Hidari.
Yeah.
If
Hidari could hypothetically, now that Boruto's in front of him, he could just, we would hate this narratively, but he could just ignore Sarada, ignore his midpoint journey goal, and just go straight to the end goal of consuming an Otsutsuki to evolve.
Yeah, I don't think Hidari. I was thinking about that earlier, so because I wanted to present this. I don't think this works for a couple of reasons, but with like Kashin Koji, Boruto, Kawaki, Mitsuki, all of them kind of just have like a one-way thing. So Koji, it's Jiraiya or Koji. Will he be Jiraiya or will he be his own person? Mitsuki, will he be Orochimaru? Will he be his own person? Boruto, is he going to choose to be a shinobi? Is he going to choose to be a Satsuki, or both? But like with the Shinju, it's kind of like, okay, they've got the 10 tails aspect and they have their human aspect, which is not something Koji really has. Now, there's ways you could twist some things, like, oh, for Koji, you could say there's the Jiraiya, there's the Shinobi tool or whatever, but it's starting to get more complicated that way. But I was going to say that you could simplify it to say Jura, because he's the only one who ever talks like this, is the Ten Tails. That's his thing. And he's not anyone else. Whereas Hidari, it's just Sasuke versus Hidari. The problem is, well, first of all, when they first appeared, they were literally trying to devour Boruto as Ten Tails. And Jura called them, we collectively are one entity known as the Divine Tree. So I feel like you can't avoid them being Ten Tails. They're also doing their Ten Tails instincts of, like, it doesn't work that way. Anyway, more of the story is, I definitely think Bug is the best one to do the Ten Tails thing.
Yeah.
He's the first person to, and actually, if you look at that fight in chapter 4, he is really the one who tried to devour Boruto the hardest. He'd already kind of fought. Matsuri just caught him and started dissing code. Jura just watched. Bug is the one who kept, like, trying to catch him with the claw hand thing. And then when Jura mentions Naruto, who is it who questions it? Bug. He ain't in Natsuki. He's questioning, like, because Bug's on the page of just being a Ten Tails. So I feel like, long story short, Bug should be the one to do that, not Hidari.
This is arguable.
Hidari might fight Boruto, but I feel like if he had the opportunity to devour him, I feel like he should stop himself.
Yeah. So first of all, we already agree Bug acts the least humane. Bug, arguably, in my opinion, looks the least humane. I don't want to say he looks the most Ten Tails, but...
I wanted to actually discuss that because, yeah, to me, Bug looks the most Ten Tails. Matsuri, this is where it got debatable, because we said maybe Matsuri should be the one to essentially be Moegi. She debatably looks the most human. She's got the goofiest design, but I feel like it's the most alien-like, and it's just very jester goofiness. Like, she's fully covered up. There's minimal alienness to her. It's just goofy looking.
I agree.
Whereas Hidari and Jura are kind of the ones in the middle. That's where it's tricky to pick between them. They both got alien feet.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, the feet really stand out.
Pretty...
They just keep showing them. Like the focus.
They really was. Hidari's got the hand feet. Jura's got the weird shoe feet. Bug's got like the claw grime feet. Like, so.
Yeah. So it's so hard to say what's gonna happen because there's so many different routes to go with. But let's look at Jura now. So first of all, hypothetically, if Jura stays for whatever reason, is Kawaki going to go back to Konoha, or would he try and fight Jura?
It's tough because Delta already questioned him about this, and it's kind of like Kawaki asserted he will do what he can. Himawari's not there.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna. I don't unless this was all in Kawaki's eye shot. Assuming Boruto had to travel a little bit further so that Kawaki can't see, the Kawaki shouldn't know that Boruto flying Raijin away with Himawari. As far as he's concerned, Boruto might just be there fighting Jura. So which means there's a good chance Kawaki will encounter Jura. The question is, what is he going to do? Jura's not going to fight him unless Kawaki fights him. Jura's going to ignore him. So is Jura going to like make a comment that pisses Kawaki off, that makes him attack him, to do, quote unquote, do what he can? Or will it just chase after Himawari because that's who he actually cares about? It's kind of tricky. The thing is, he's already fought Jura and got bodied. And it's just like, the only thing Kawaki can really do is pull out the horn state to see if that does anything more. If he doesn't do that, that's literally pointless, like, to be fighting him again.
In my opinion, the way it's paneled, it could just be bad paneling. It just seems as if Kawaki is within eyeshot. I'm not going to say he's close necessarily, but I think he's within eyeshot, at least, of Jura, which would be Himawari as well, which would be Boruto, so he would see them teleport away. Not only that, but because he has the karma, he can feel Boruto's presence disappear. I assume he might be able to tell Himawari as well. If not, someone would just tell him Himawari's in the village now. But so
No,
it
but
depends.
He should,
this depends on
theoretically, he should be able to sense that Boruto went away.
Yeah, it depends how far away you think Jura is from the village right now. Do you think he can sense where Boruto is from where he currently is?
The weird thing is that he seemingly just didn't sense Boruto sneaking up on him, which makes me think maybe he sensed Boruto the whole time but wasn't paying attention. Because otherwise, I feel like he would have had like an alarm going from 0 to 100. So maybe he can.
Yeah, it could be a thing that's always on, but he just doesn't notice it unless he wants to.
Well, he notices it when it goes from 0 to on, like off to on. But when it's already on, I think he's more apt to not, especially when he's not paying attention.
Yeah, that's
more
really
apt to just not notice Boruto rapidly approaching.
Yeah, I think he just wasn't paying attention. Not that he necessarily needs to pay attention to it, but he was just paying so much attention to something else that he just wasn't paying attention to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay. Do you think Jura, seeing Kawaki, will stay to fight Kawaki? Or do you think Kawaki will even allow him to leave? Maybe Jura wants to leave, but Kawaki's just shrinking his claw marks or
That's
something.
what I was going to say, because Kawaki might try to do what he can to keep Jura from going back.
I would like that. That's interesting.
Now, what would be interesting, so at face value, Jura should have no reason to like care about Kawaki, but there is one aspect you could argue for. Jura says, let me actually just go look at it real quick for exactly what it is. I think he's already kind of beat Himawari by this point. Yes, he has. She's on the ground, like beaten for the most part. I've decided to release just a little bit. You made me want to test my true power. And then after that point, he punches her and does one little whatever attack on her side. And she's like done. I don't think that was Jura's true power fully tested. So Jura might want to use Kawaki as a guinea pig to test his true power.
In the spoilers, he says, "I'm starting to want to try it out. Taking this fight seriously, that is."
Yeah.
You've allowed me a bit of freedom.
And he didn't really do much beyond that.
Again, he cuts away here. So I think there could have been some fight off screen.
I guess. I just possibly,
don't know.
But that's pretty ass. If you're going to talk about true power and you're just going to show like a punch.
Exactly, yeah. Or if you're going to have this legendary all-out fight between Tail Beast off screen.
Yeah, that's just garbage. I'd rather believe that they just didn't do it.
Yeah.
What's interesting, kind of random but interesting though, is Jura says, crafty thing. And when Boruto teleports away. Bro, you let him do it.
Well, no, that's fine. It's still crafty. Doesn't matter whether or not you let him do it.
Though.
Yeah. It's like foxes are generally known to be... I'm not using this as like the Ninetales. I'm just talking about foxes in real life generally. Yeah, foxes are generally known to be crafty.
Fox. That's why that's a saying.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to be there to witness the fox being crafty. It's just going to be crafty on its own. Foxes are just crafty. So Boruto is just being crafty. Doesn't matter whether or not Jura does something or not. And
it's just kind of funny.
I like the spoilers way better. He says, "How pretentious."
Oh yeah, that's better.
Yeah. Definitely. So I don't know if it's just me this chapter. Jura's eyes, they might just be drawn too far away to draw with good detail, or maybe the spoiler just is low quality. His eyes just look really weird always.
It looks like the eyes are his eyelashes.
I know. I'm looking at it. It's in every panel with Jura, bro.
That's because he's looking so far to the right with the Renegon pattern, but like it looks wrong.
I mean, just other panels of Jura. Like, here you can't really tell, but this one's fine. That's good. This one's a little bit fine. It just looks a little bit weird.
Yeah.
It's just you're too many. And like the pupil is too much of a dot. Here just looks weird. Like it looks like this eye is looking up, this eye is looking down. Like it's just got a lazy eye, or like he's winking.
Yeah, it's zoomed down, Viz. I can't really tell, but zoomed in is like so weird.
Yeah, I think that's all that I noticed of that. That's all the good ones, anyways. This one just, regardless of the eyes, the face just looks weird. Looks like his eyes like glooping downwards. Like he's melting.
Especially with that hair. It looks like he has a towel on his head.
I think they just straight up messed up the eyes here. Like they inked them over a mess up or something, and they just couldn't correct it. This feels like that.
I don't know.
Weird.
Something a little bit on one hand kind of a stretch, but on one hand kind of interesting though. I was thinking about this earlier. So like, all right, the eyelashes, you know, it's just these eyelashes are long as hell, right? I mean, Code has long eyelashes. They're covered in Code's claw marks.
I'm glad you agree.
So the question is there an element of Code like in these guys? And something just kind of was like, it was kind of funny to think about, but Jura's the one with the long eyelashes who first brings up the concept of a target. And his target is Naruto. The reason why I just think it's kind of interesting, it's a little bit of a stretch, but it's just interesting, okay? Because Code said verbatim that Naruto was his #1 target.
Hadn't even considered this. Okay, if this is the case, Jura corrupted the rest of the Shinju. Code corrupted Jura. Code corrupted the Shinju. In a way, can this make Code the umbrella antagonist of this entire arc? Like Hidari,
I mean, it depends on whether
Hidari is narratively Code via antagonism.
Yeah, I mean, what's really funny about what's crazy about this is that all the Shinju are taking away people Boruto really cares about, or trying to anyway. Minus maybe Ada, but like Konohamaru, Sarada, Himawari, like pretty important people. Naruto was one of them. Like,
oh yeah, I like that.
The main problem I see is that Jura does not look like Code. Minus the eyelashes.
I mean, they're just covered in claw marks. Does that count?
That's what I was going to say. But the other thing, though, is this doesn't really apply to Jura because he was unregistered like Code anyway. But Hidari just doesn't like register Code's chakra, I guess. It's just a perfect match to Sasuke somehow.
Yeah.
No Code in there. So it's like, okay.
I think they can use each other's claw marks.
Jura really is just like the 10 tails with a Code attribute.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Unless you think unless you think the cube claw mark that Jura and Hidari use is like a universal one that's like special from the other claw marks, I think all the Shinju can just use each other's claw marks. Do you think Code can use a Shinju's claw marks, and do you think the Shinju can use Code's claw marks?
I think they should be able to use each other's because, like, Jura comes out of a random claw grime that Code made initially. Code and the claw grime can jump out of each other's claw marks. So I feel like...
Okay.
Yeah, so, Code should be able to just use... I mean, it is his own freaking jutsu. I feel like Code should be able to use any of these guys' claw marks if he wants to.
Sure. So it is... Is it because the Shinju have Code's claw marks? Or is it just that claw marks, anyone who possesses the ability can use anyone else's claw marks, almost like it's the Kamui dimension, to where it's a dimension all on its own. It's about whether your eye can link to it or not. rather than it having
That's the
a
tricky
personal
part.
Kamui
Have you
dimension.
ever seen, like, in the war, do you recall if Minato ever went to one of Tobirama's flying regime markers or vice versa?
It's
Just to
not
use
off
as
the
a
top of my
precedent.
head, but it probably does happen.
I don't know, because if that happens, then I feel like probably anyone could just use anyone's claw marks.
I might have to
But
link
if
the
that
subspace.
never happens, it might have to be your own claw marks. But in
Well,
this case, they're all using codes technically.
I think you need to at least mark it. Like, I think Tobirama would have to add his seal onto Minato's seal in order to teleport to Minato's kunai. In the
So
same
then somebody
way,
in that, if that's,
I was gonna
yeah,
say,
somebody might have to put their claw mark on another claw mark.
yeah, Obito can use Kamui to travel to Kaguya's dimensions, but he has to mark Kaguya's dimensions first. I don't know if he's marking the coordinates or like creating a save state or what, but he can't just normally teleport between Kaguya's dimensions, but he can if he first marks them, which is very interesting. He can teleport dimensions, not to Kamui, to a different dimension. Through
Yeah.
Kamui. Yeah. It's weird. Which makes me think Kamui isn't the dimension, it's the space-time. And the dimension should just be called something else, if it even has a name. It might just
The
be
Kamui
a
dimension.
different Otsutsuki's dimension. Like, it might just be one of Shibai's dimensions or something.
That'd be wild. Obito just randomly like walks into Shibai one day.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, who are you? He's looking like, what are you doing here?
That's crazy.
What are all these eyes you have here, bro? It's weird.
Okay. Yeah, so I love the idea that Kawaki is going to do what he can to keep Jura away from Himawari, especially because Jura's slightly weaker now after his fight. He has less chakra. Kawaki didn't use his karma before. This is a perfect opportunity for him to use his karma and to go all out
He did use
being
his
strong.
karma versus Jura. He used karma 1 versus
Yeah,
Jura.
yeah, I mean his horn state, V2.
That's what I was gonna say. This would be like a good time to like have him actually use it for once.
Yeah, plus Delta's there, which can provide backup, which he didn't do previously.
Yeah.
I love the idea. Yeah. Meanwhile,
I also like the idea of having Kawaki rely on his Suzuki power
against Jura specifically,
use like the opposite versus Hidari, which is also fitting, just in that Hidari kind of fights like
you're gonna love
Mark
this.
Sasuke, very shinobi-like, while
yes,
Jura,
bro.
I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Yes,
Jura kind of like, you can argue is more Suzuki-like in it, but he's kind of like,
I love the idea. Yeah, so Jura and Kawaki both fight each other as Otsutsuki. Boruto and Hidari both fight each other as Shinobi. I love that parallel. Yeah, the juxtaposition, cutting back and forth.
And that gets you in an interesting like character thing to where Hidari's kind of being Sasuke / the Shinobi human.
Yeah.
He's being human, we'll say. While Jura will be Otsutsuki / Ten Tails, whatever. While Kawaki does the same.
I think Kawaki would still lose,
and it would also
be
very
close.
Interesting just in terms of what is Jura's true power. When they're fighting, do we get something that see his abilities in a new light? He's using cubes like Kawaki, whatever. That would put it very interesting dynamic if Jura starts using similar abilities. The other interesting thing, though, is we don't know what distance this matters, but like when Kawaki is doing this versus Jura, is it gonna make Boruto's resonate over there unknowingly?
No,
like Kawaki might not do it with
so.
malicious intent.
It's got to be close. I think there's more to resonance. It's not just they activate their karma and the other one activates. That can't just be it.
Well, no, it has to be within a certain range. But is it just the range that they can sense each other, or does it need to be even closer than that?
No, I think it's got to be closer. I think there's more to resonance in general, but that's a different topic. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is maybe just me pushing my Kawaki agenda. This might be an unhinged take even. I think this would be perfect for subverting expectations. Everyone right now is expecting Kawaki to become the bad guy and manipulate Boruto and force him through resonance to use his karma to turn into Momoshiki to kill everyone in the village, and he's evil, the biggest mustache-twirling villain of all time. What if, because I think the game has changed with Himawari being in danger, what if he knows he can't do that because then Boruto will turn into Momoshiki, and he doesn't want that right now because he's with Himawari? What if he's specifically going out of his way to use karma not around Boruto? He's trying to stay away from Boruto and trying to keep Jura away from Boruto. So that Boruto, he's trying to keep Boruto from using his karma seal. I think that works very well for subversion of expectations and also for Kawaki's character.
Yeah, I mean, and then
I'm gonna go to the bathroom while you talk about that.
You can have Momoshiki come out. It could be like an accidental thing, like I said, to where, let's just say, the fight with Jura ends up getting too close or something. It's not an intentional thing where Kawaki's actually trying to do something different with his knowledge. But because while he's with Himawari, Kawaki should not do that, like intentionally.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I guess. Okay, now that we've talked all about this, I want to hear your predictions with all of these possibilities. I guess the final possibility is Jura goes away and Kawaki and Delta argue about what they should do next, and they could possibly fight where they currently are. Okay, so with all these possibilities, you have Boruto, Hidari, Sarada, Himawari, Jura, Kawaki, Delta, and I might be missing one. I guess you got Konohamaru and a few others. Who's gonna fight where? And who isn't gonna fight? And where are people gonna go? Okay, give me your final theories on all of that. I'll hear that.
Right now, I hope you can hear me while I do this, but right now, I think, at least in terms of preferences, I want to see Kawaki bring out the horn again against Jura. Jura will want to test his true power further. Kawaki will be doing what he can and going all out with his Suzuki-ness, and you get that kind of Suzuki versus Suzuki aspect. Whereas with Boruto, he's going to do the reverse. He's going to try not to use his Suzuki powers and fight Hidari, who's so far at least very ninja-like in his fighting style. I think that'd be really cool. The only and then of course if Jura's not there, Kashin Koji might not tell Boruto to leave just yet because of that. When Jura shows up, that's probably when he would do so. The only little bit of inkling of thing is like I just feel like we didn't get enough with Sarada in this. This might just be a thing that we're screwed on. I just wanted to see some more like actual impact in regards to Sarada and Hidari. Like Hidari did a good job. Sarada utterly failed, in my opinion, of just like responding in a emotionally resonating way. I didn't get anything from Sarada. I feel like there's so many ways they could have approached it, but are we just gonna lose that? We might be too late because Boruto's already there anyway, and at that point, whatever, we'll just have Boruto try to make up for it, I guess. But anyway, I don't think Himawari's fighting anymore. I think she's done. Sarada could fight. All she did was kind of get the little wood on her, so I think that's pretty easy to just take off. Konohamaru's useless. I don't really even care if he does anything in this fight. So even a one-on-one with Boruto could be fine, but we don't want Sarada being dead weight. I don't know as far as Sarada goes. Sumire and Konohamaru and them, I think, are out for the count. They're just gonna watch Boruto be a good guy. And yeah, anyway, Horn Kawaki versus Jura, Boruto versus Hidari. Maybe Sarada helps, maybe she doesn't. I'm gonna go with that for now because that's what I want. As far as what I think will happen, I want to think that. I'm very scared to set my expectations too high, though. So I'm trying to think of other things I think are reasonably likely for them to do.
You made that last the perfect amount of time. I was listening on my phone, so yeah, I did hear all that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like
Yeah.
what other things I think are potentially likely.
Okay.
I just don't know. Like Kawaki versus Delta would just be it's so goofy that
I
like
know, yeah.
that shouldn't be an option.
With
Kawaki
everything else
just
going on.
turning back and leaving Jura feels out of character for Kawaki. Like Kawaki shouldn't want to let Jura go anywhere.
Well, again,
Delta can be like, no, we don't stand a chance. But Kawaki would be like, no, I gotta do what I can. That just feels kind of in character, I feel like.
But again, based on Twitter's version of Kawaki's character, he's going to go back to the Leaf Village out of vengeance and hatred for Boruto, throw Himawari to the wind, just allow Sarada to be consumed, and have Momoshiki come out so Momoshiki kills everyone in the hidden Leaf Village, including himself.
I'm surprised that many other people are talking about that theory. So that aspect, like I said, like at least for me, I'm like, that only comes out when the Shinju situation is resolved. I need to make Boruto look bad because he looks too good right now.
But
if they're all just losing and it's like, fuck it, let's see what he can do. It's like Thor with Ragnarok versus Gila, where it's just like, I can't beat you, but he can. See ya.
But Kamui, Kawaki's an evil, narcissistic, psychopath who's crazy and evil. He's a jerk. So, obviously, because Boruto saved Himawari instead of himself, he's gonna be jealous. And so, because out of his rageful jealousy, he's gonna rush back to the village, activate Karma V2, and as Jura is mid-eating Himawari, he's gonna try and stab Boruto. Obviously.
The only aspect of that says some truth to it, I wouldn't use jealous as the word, but he will feel what's the word? What Sasuke felt when he was when Naruto was being stronger. What's the word I want? Not jealous, but
frustrated?
Like no, like I'm not good enough, like kind of feeling.
Sure.
Like he's falling behind.
Yeah.
Like what's the
worthless?
word? What's the word? Not worth. No.
Weak.
Like subpar, but not that. Like we use this word for Sasuke.
An Ustudo Tonkachi.
No, what is the word we would say for like Sasuke's feeling of like being behind Naruto?
Fatigued.
No, come on. Oh man, I'm gonna be stuck on this forever now. What's the word I want?
We could do at this point. We could do a whole stream just of Kamui trying to remember something.
What's the word?
The compilation of everything you've ever tried to remember.
That'd be pretty funny. I'm down. If somebody can just compile it, but space.
The question is, how would they even go about compiling it? Like, what would they give you if it's not just the memory? Like, how would they not just give you the original point? How would they give you the thing after that so that you'd have to try and go back to remembering what the original point was in the first place?
All right, anyway, what is the word? Oh my god. Not insufficient.
Considers himself less than. Submissive, indominant.
I don't know. I feel like there is a word. There's a word that everyone uses for Sasuke's feeling when he's falling behind Naruto leading into the Sasuke retrieval arc. So basically from like...
Oh, I got it.
You can't even argue the tunics.
Sad.
No,
right now.
My God. Subconscious isn't quite right, but get closer. Self-conscious, no. Kind of right, but no. No.
Doubting in himself.
No. Oh my god. Not self-deprecating. That's not what I want.
Oh my god. Emo. That's what a lot of people used to say for Sasuke. That's how he's
yes,
feeling.
but no. Emo. Yeah, that's the word for Quirky. That's how Quirky feels. Emo. Fuck.
That's a video title right there.
Quirky is emo. That's like. Or so emo. I don't know. I like so emo too. But like what would you say like Sasuke's like when Sasuke like the rooftop, like Sasuke's like desperate to like fight Naruto to test himself. Like how do you describe
Resentful?
Sasuke's feel inferior?
Okay, inferior.
That's gotta be it. I'm like, fuck it. It's that so hard to remember. Yeah, inferior. Quacky will feel inferior. Jesus. Oh my god. That's so obvious, but at least we figured it out. I feel like a winner now. All right. Quacky might feel inferior. There you go.
Congratulations! Kamui did it! Round of applause in the comments of the previous stream. Everyone go comment a clap emoji in the previous stream. And then everyone else who goes to randomly watch that previous stream in the future is going to be so confused why so many people are leaving random clap emojis in the comments. This almost goes back to in the novel where we get revealed that Neji's writing in his journal how to use the Byakugan and everything about his training, and then Naruto reads that and he uses that in his fight against Ishiki. We need Himawari to find Neji's journal and use that to fight Jura or something.
Bro, we just need Neji back, man. Yes. Like, I'd be down to have Neji with freaking Kurama.
You know what? At this point, I don't care. Have Neji be like, you know what? I don't care how I am back. Just accept that reality and move on. I don't need the explanation.
Yeah, like, why can't Neji be a Shinju? Like...
Yeah, I mean, Neji's the one that's supposed to be talking about fate in the first place. It was Neji's destiny to
Neji
not
having
die.
Kurama's so beautiful because he was one of the first people Naruto used Kurama in a controlled manner against. Now Neji's gonna carry on the legacy.
Plus, Neji wasn't born with the Nine Tails, so the fact he got it later in life via hard work of coming back to life proves Naruto.
You know what would be so funny when Kurama mentions like perhaps it's this, perhaps it's that, or perhaps it's simply fate. Neji would be like, "No, destiny is for you to decide." It was not fate. I control my destiny.
Oh, I wish so badly that Himawari just was Neji now.
Yeah. Bro, it's such a missed opportunity. Neji's too cool for this.
Yes.
Neji's too good for Two Blue Vortex, honestly. Actually, but if Neji was in Two Blue Vortex, maybe they would just ruin him. Like Shikadir.
Good point. Okay.
Guys, everyone in chat, comment these messages in that video on this stream that I'm going to link again.
You can see
these messages in chat. We can't read them. Comment them on that video I linked.
Yes. We will only read your messages out live on this stream if you comment it on the previous stream. I mean, have you not even read the title of this stream, guys? Come on, look at the thumbnail. Speaking of that, we should probably get back to...
type in the chat first. That way I know that you had an idea, and then comment it so we get both of it. Inadequate's a good one too, K-Eve, but inferior was the word I wanted.
Okay. All of that was one comment again, by the way, and that's why we're here. It's for that exact reason. So the next comment.
This is how we got so bad. What was even the comment?
Hidari looks like he shops at Discount Hot Topic. Do you think when he evolves, will he still have that Sasuke look or the like Hot Topic-y emo Sasuke brand to him? What will he physically look like when he transforms, if he does?
I don't know, because hypothetically, like, these guys were born by the Ten Tails absorbing their chakra. So if Hidari absorbs Sarada, I really feel like there's only one of three possibilities. One is it just makes another Sarada Shinju. Two is Hidari just looks the same and just has her feelings or whatever, Ninshu. Or three, Hidari transforms into a little bit more Sarada-like appearance.
Okay. The Sarada-like appearance would be extremely weird, and that's what makes me worry that they're gonna go that route.
Well, I don't think they're gonna absorb. I don't think Sarada's getting devoured, so I think we're good. But
you say that. If devouring isn't a permanent thing, I could definitely see it. Like they do it in Dragon Ball, where they kill like every main character, but they just bring them back.
I guess, yeah. But that would suck for Sarada. Great for Hidari, I guess, but shitty for Sarada.
Yeah. She'd only be gone
a little bit random, but I just want to say it because it's goofy and there is some plausibility behind it. Jura has long eyelashes. Apart from Code, those are literally guys who have long eyelashes. What if... Okay, it's goofy. What if Amato's daughter became the Ten Tails, and that's why he has long eyelashes?
Oh my god. You know what? It kind of makes sense. What if one of Amato's methods of trying to restore Akabi was giving either Akabi when she was alive or a Delta clone Shibai cells? And because Shibai was the original Ten Tails or something like that, what if it just turns people into Ten Tails? And maybe that's where Ten Tails come from. So what if Ishiki didn't come with a Ten Tails? Or what if that... Because where did Ishiki get that Ten Tails? What if that Ten Tails is new? Plus it's juvenile! Oh my god, Kamui. What if it actually is? What if, like, unironically? Like, I could actually see the story going in this direction.
There is plausibility to it, even if it sounds goofy, but, like, yeah, what if, like, Amato's playing? Because also, remember how I've been saying, I think Amato left that message to Code about, the Ishiki will shit. But if that's just all for Code to help further his agenda, because his plan with Kawaki doesn't make any sense. It feels very incomplete. Like, that can't work. So there's got to be more going on behind the scenes. And Code seems like he was manipulated by Amato, because otherwise, why the fuck is he muttering under his hand at the same time? So, it's possible.
Bro, I love it. Screw possible. I'm fully on board. It's just my theory now. My headcanon.
You're welcome.
That Ten Tails is Akabi.
Now, granted, though, at the same time, I think there's plausibility for it to be, like, ironically, Ishiki, but there has to be a more nuance with Ishiki. Like, it had to have been a thing he prepared in advance before reincarnating in another vessel.
If we ever get a scene of Amato and Jura together, they have to do something huge, such as this.
Yeah. The thing is, though, when Amato saw Jura, he asked, what in the world are these guys? So it makes it feel like he has no clue, but it could be a thing to where, well, he just wasn't expecting this nonsense, because he's not the one who told Code to do what he did. So Code kind of went off script by that logic.
Yeah. So based on visual appearance alone, that's nothing. But again, that's just like looking at him through a monitor in a scene that didn't matter. Like, if the writers ever decide to have a scene where Amato and Jura meet, you know that's going to be a big scene.
Yeah. Like, that's too cool.
Exactly.
I want to see it happen.
Yeah. God, I freaking love that theory. So stupid. I love it.
I know, if I was ever gonna make a video on it, I would need to really work it out so that it's like something I'm like, okay, I actually think this is like reasonable, not just the goofy eyelashes. And I mean, like I said, there are things about it that work, but there's a lot of things about it that are just weird. So,
Okay. Next chat. By the way, for those just popping in, definitely read the pinned message, look at Kamui's message, and then follow Kamui's link to the previous stream, and then leave a chat, a comment on that previous stream.
Talky, you said you're not buying it. I dare you to leave a comment on that stream right now.
Kamui, you're not supposed to be reading chat on this stream. It's only previous stream. Why are you reading chat?
Darashikake, I didn't read your message, but I dare